Why was the Olympic opening ceremony so blasphemous? Why did women's gymnastics once look like this, but now it looks like this? Why did male divers at the Olympics once wear this style of bathing suit, but now they wear this dental floss? Why do women play sports that were once reserved for men? Sports like weightlifting and wrestling and rugby. Why are so many male athletes so, well, let's be charitable, sensitive? Why do we allow women to get their brains bashed in by men in a boxing competition? Why has synchronized swimming become artistic swimming? Why do athletes goad the audience for applause? The answer to all of these questions is found in one word: worldview. What we do physically is informed by what we believe intellectually or spiritually. In other words, what you saw at the 2024 Olympics didn't just happen. It's a manifestation of a worldview. In this instance, it is a post-Christian, godless, secular, humanist, deconstructionist worldview. The opening ceremony was anti-Christian because secularists desire nothing more than to deconstruct the religion that built Western civilization, because Christianity just doesn't approve of their untethered worldview. Women's gymnastics used to be prettier because female participation in athletics was once about feminine beauty as much as it was about athleticism. Today, bye-bye femininity. It is all about being athletic, merely physical, as gender distinctions have been totally obliterated. Why did divers wear these unnecessarily skimpy bathing suits? Because we're not progressing as a culture that once understood that there is an intrinsic shame in nudity because of the fall of Adam and Eve. We're just regressing to pagan Greek culture. And you can thank second and third wave feminism for women's weightlifting, wrestling, rugby. Prior generations would have been shocked. They would have said women should not participate in sports that are so physically masculine in nature. Those stupid dead people actually thought women were the fairer sex. We even allow women to get their heads crushed by male boxers because the secularist, postmodern, deconstructionist worldview, they don't allow for gender distinctions. They can't. Men are so soft because society no longer has expectations of men to control their emotions. There is nothing that says modern day worldview like this gesture. This exhibition of vainglory would have been considered prideful sin in the 20th century. Today, athletes insist we worship them the same way they idolize themselves. Synchronized swimming, what happened to that? It had an air of beauty. There was lines, femininity. It was almost more like aquatic ballet. They changed the name because the worldview has changed. Beauty has been jettisoned for a more physical and modern arch approach. That is a rejection of all things classical and beautiful. In the closing ceremonies of yesterday, they understood special events. They demanded a certain presentation. In other words, clothing spoke. It mattered what you wore. The athletes dressed formally to recognize some activities are more special than others. Today, clothing, personal choice. It's old school. In other words, even the athletes' clothing and behavior at the closing ceremonies was deconstructionist. What we witnessed at the 2024 Paris Olympics was far more than an athletic competition. It was a multi-billion-dollar display of secular humanism, a celebration of the self, human autonomy, and a deconstruction of all of the biblical ideas which once informed Western civilization. This spectacle was a tragic reflection of our crumbling Western civilization. That's my review. Discuss. Welcome to Bugaciu, Romania, once thriving town until the local plant closed down and unemployment was rampant. A local police officer and his wife said this town needs a church and a tomorrow club. Today, the Roma children gather to hear the gospel and learn about Jesus. $1 per child per month. Please consider becoming a Tomorrow Club ministry partner at tomorrowclubs.org/wretched.